Hey guys, what's going on? It's been a while since I last filmed a garage update video. Not too sure why, other than lack of motivation to do so, but finally I've caught myself in a mood to do a video like this. So we're going to start with the Mousemobile. It's got over 88,000 miles. Everything is in decent condition. I recently had a clutch slave cylinder replaced at the shop because it was leaking. When I first took it to the shop, that's when I discovered it on the invoice, because it mentioned another item was an oil leak, which I was not aware of, but it turned out to be a hydraulic fluid leak, and that was from the clutch slave cylinder. And that also fixed the drivability issue, because I had noticed it was a little harder, a little bit iffy getting going from a stop, so I would have to have my foot like halfway on the clutch, taking off until it gets up to a certain speed. So that felt a little awkward, because normally I get the clutch all the way out as soon as I can once I take off, because the longer you keep the clutch part way in, the more wear you're doing on your clutch, and therefore you'll need premature servicing. As far as other things go, the suspension components all around need to be replaced on this car. I wanted to have that done on the previous shop visit, where I also had the clutch slave cylinder replaced, but suspension components are out of stock, so that's going to have to wait, and that'll set me back like $1,500 anyway, so I'm not exactly happy about having to spend that kind of money on this car, but at least I do understand that parts were out over time and need to be replaced, suspension components included. I did do the brakes. Fronts were done in 2020. Rears were done last year before a track day with this car, as you guys might remember. But the one thing I did not do was replace the rotors, so I only had the pads replaced, which I later learned that's called pad slap, and that promotes for uneven wear on the new pads compared to if you had just installed new rotors along with the pads. So not making that mistake ever again. But as far as suspension components go, you know, $1,500 is a lot, but as I've said, I understand that things wear out over time, and my choices are either spend that money when the time comes or get a new car, which is going to be overpriced because of the market we're in right now. It's just unpredictable. So buying a new car nowadays is like, I don't know if I can say it on camera, but you get what I'm saying. It's very, very difficult. This car, just over 25,000 miles, tip-top shape. Yep, 25,113. No issues whatsoever, apart from the AC condenser that went out 2 years ago, but that was 2 years ago, and haven't had any problems with the AC in this car ever since. From a previous video, you might have seen we put the OEM Pirellis back on. Those still have a surprisingly good amount of tread left, but we are going to be getting rid of these tires on the next tire change this winter season. So the Michelin Cross Climate 2s that we have will be the permanent tires for this car after that. And I will do a review, because I meant to do one last year, but I just didn't have the motivation to, because when I tried to film a video on it, I just kept messing it up and didn't know what to say. So, yep, I just figured I'd save it for a different day. Now, the Mercedes is actually going to the dealer tomorrow because it needs new front brakes, both rotors and pads, because Mercedes only does them both. They don't do pads alone. And it also needs new wiper blades. Now, you might remember in a previous video, there is a little bit of oil seepage coming from the front of the engine. That's going to be tended to a different day, but not at the dealer. It's going to be at the same shop that I take the Mousemobile to, because they also work on Mercedes. It's a local shop here in Oswego known as Keith's Car Care. Super nice guys. They know what they're doing, and it definitely beats going to the dealer, because mechanics will charge less for labor than a dealer will. because Mercedes labor, if you guys don't know, is through the roof. Like, every bill I've noticed, most of the money is for labor rather than parts. So just imagine how much money you could save by not going to a dealer and by going to a shop or doing it yourself if you're that mechanically inclined. But I'm not, so the shop is the best option here since this car is out of warranty anyway. I'm still kind of pissed off about that because we got screwed out of a few months on our warranty, because the normal warranty for a GLC should be 5 years or 60,000 miles, and we got 4 years and 8 months because we bought the car in December of 2016 as a Christmas gift for my mom. And honestly, I cannot believe this is the 6th year we've owned this car. It still looks pretty much brand new, but then again, there is a new GLC out, and hopefully with this GLC, there will also be the EQC coming out in America, because the first generation EQC was only for the European market. So, disappointed I never saw that car here, but we do have the EQS now. The EQB is going to arrive in showrooms this summer sometime, which it is summer right now, but I'm not sure exactly when the EQB is going to show up in the showrooms of Mercedes dealers. I am interested in test driving that car though, because it might be a good contender to replace the Mousemobile, but then again I might go hybrid, because say I don't have access to a rental car for some reason for longer road trips than an EV can handle, it would be better to have a hybrid. That way I could just take my own car instead. Have the best of both worlds. Yes, it'll still require stopping at the gas station, but at least it'll be better than stopping at electric charging stations every now and then. And plus, not everywhere has those yet. So that's the other problem. Like, you could be running out of battery and in a town, like a remote area or something like that, where there are no electric charging stations, and you could be stranded or stuck and forced to call for a tow. It's just not a good situation to be in. So electric vehicles right now, I'm a big fan of them, but there need to be more charging stations, and there needs to be a more viable solution for the batteries, because if they go bad, they cost thousands, if not tens of thousands, to replace if your car is not under warranty. I mean, I've heard horror stories of Tesla owners having to pay over 20 grand for a new battery pack. Like, that's just unbelievable. Other than that, that's pretty much all for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this garage update video. For those of you siren enthusiasts that are watching this video, or otherwise subscribe to the channel, SirenCon uploads will start being uploaded tomorrow, starting with the Ion Pathfinder speaker in full alternating whale for a mock tornado warning that I did. Because I figured, since we're there, can do whatever you want, and so I figured might as well do a mock tornado warning, just show people what I do in case of a tornado in the town. So smash the thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications. Do what you guys do best. Peace out until next time.